In 1405, a local nobleman in boisseigneurisaac named John of Oldenburg experienced a vision of the Lord covered in holy wounds. This apparition provided a specific geographic command: "Go into the chapel of Isaac. You will find me there." While John was receiving this instruction, the local parish priest, Father Peter Ost, heard a disembodied voice in a separate location. The voice explicitly ordered him to offer the Mass of the Holy Cross in the chapel. Within church theology, these experiences are classified as private revelations. Because subjective internal visions can be difficult to verify, they are typically met with significant skepticism by religious authorities. However, the convergence of two separate individuals receiving simultaneous, identical instructions created a rare situation where a spiritual claim was about to be tested against physical reality. On the Tuesday before Pentecost, John of Oldenburg and Father Ost met inside the Chapel of Isaac to carry out the instructions they had received. During the Mass, Father Ost unfolded the corporal, the sacred linen cloth used on the altar, and discovered a consecrated host that had been left there since the previous week. As the priest attempted to receive the host, the bread clung to the linen and began to actively bleed. Dark crimson liquid seeped into the tight fibers of the white cloth. Father Ost was reportedly paralyzed by what he saw, while John of Oldenburg viewed the event as the tangible fulfillment of the vision he had experienced days earlier. The bleeding continued for 4 consecutive days. By the following Tuesday, the blood had reached the length of a finger and a width of 3 breaths before finally drying. While a hallucination exists only in the mind of the observer, this 4-day flow of blood created a permanent physical record. The event could now be scrutinized as an objective artifact. When Bishop Peter Dailly of Cambrai heard of the bleeding altar, he launched a formal investigation to determine if the event was a fraud. The bishop confiscated the stained corporal and kept it in his exclusive custody for 2 full years to prevent anyone from tampering with the evidence. During this period, the cloth was subjected to physical tests. This included repeated, forceful attempts to wash and scrub the blood out of the linen fibers using water. Despite these efforts, the coagulated blood remained bonded to the cloth, unaffected by the scrubbing. After 2 years of failed attempts to remove the stain or find evidence of a hoax, the bishop concluded that the artifact could not be explained by human intervention. In 1413, based on the investigative findings, the bishop officially authorized devotion to the relic and established the first solemn procession in its honor. The recognition eventually reached Rome. In 1424, Pope Martin V issued official papal approval for the miracle and authorized the building of a monastery to guard the corporal. This papal recognition integrated the local event into the formal history of the Church, providing a permanent institutional record of the miracle. To preserve the cloth, craftsmen constructed these ornate gold reliquaries, vessels designed to display the stained corporal. The local landscape was reshaped, as the sanctuary and abbey were built specifically to house the relic. Every year, following the feast of the birth of Mary, citizens carry the relic through the streets in a tradition spanning 6 centuries. The survival of the blood and these centuries of continuous public practice represent a rare instance where a 15th century claim is still supported by a physical, tangible object in the present day.